So we should be live on Facebook and we should be live on YouTube. So it's all happening, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. If you're on if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the link. Click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click that little bell. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to turn on your notifications, because then you get my live streams when I do them. I do them every day, but at least you get a notification if you're at work, you're at sleeping, if you wake up, if you're on the toilet, whatever you're doing, you will Facebook or YouTube will notify you that it's all happening. And I got a live stream for you, and today we're going to talk about pretty much what's happening in the crypto space. You guys know I do ICOs. That's all I do. It's how I roll. I do mining as well, but I don't do programs. Okay, I'm done with programs. You guys can play that game if you want to play that game. Good luck. I know your percentages are how highly not in your favor, right? So you play that game for a while until you figure it out, that these programs don't have your best interest at heart. They go for a while, they hype things up, they get people motivated, say they're going to do things, take your money, and then a couple of years down the track, it's all too hard. They made their squillions of dollars, they sell it off, or they just make some excuse up, and then you're left hiding the bag. It's always the case, always the case. And so yeah, if you want to play that game, it's all good. It'll work for a while, but it's short term. So guys, I'm done with the programs. I'm moved on to bigger and better things, and I don't need a team build. I don't need to do nothing. I just do my own thing, and I do ICOs, and I created a community around it. So I'm very excited because last night we had a fantastic webinar. We had a really good webinar, our 12th webinar for ICO Gold Rush. We have these every Monday, so you can, if you're a member, you can jump on and get up to speed, find out what's going on. Obviously, if you just joined ICO Gold Rush, you're gonna have to get up to speed, find out what's going on, because there's a lot of information to absorb. But all the videos are there and everything, so it's just a matter of engaging with the community. And so last night we had a really good webinar. Really enjoyed it, and I don't know why that's happening. Probably because of that. Alright, let me go to that. For some reason it's showing that video, that I don't know how to get off that page. Hang on. That's really weird. Video capture device. Yep. Window capture device. Okay. It's, for some reason it's showing this window all the time, which is what I don't want you guys to see, because you're going into the abyss, right? Maybe I can put it on this page up here. Yeah, see, you're looking into the abyss. Let me have a look to see if I can lock preview scaling, scale to window size. Okay, that's OBS. This one here is what I want to do. For some reason it's in its own video. Copy. Paste that there. Yeah, okay. Now it's in its own kind of video. Sorry guys, it's just doing another live stream now. Get out of that. I think all you guys can see is just the abyss, right? Which is not really the best thing to look at. Let me have a look, see if I can find it on a different page. You guys are looking into the abyss. You don't want to be doing that. Alright, so you can't see anything else. You just can see the abyss, and it's not good. So I might have to just get rid of this page, and let's just see if it works. Okay. Maybe that's working now. Let me have a look. Technical difficulties, they always come up. Okay, now it's working. Alright. You're no longer looking to the abyss. You've now got my actual live stream. Okay. Yeah, so we had a really good webinar last night, guys. We people were just throwing ideas out. You know, different strategies. Even last night I picked up a very good tip from my boy E82, and you know, and what he basically said was, you know, these ICOs, like they're there, like the objective for ICO is to make money, right? We're there to make money. We don't want to fall in love with the program. We just want to fall in love with the process, which is a really good point. That's what I got out of that webinar. A lot of people were talking about different angles, their opinions, their thoughts, new ICOs, how their week was. So it's great for new people just to get up to speed, because they're just starting out. They don't know where to, like, there's the courses there outlaid for them, but they obviously just, all this is all new information, so they can struggle a bit, right? So yeah, it was really good. So then with that point, that's what I got out of that webinar. See, these webinars are really good because you can watch the replay, but if you're on the webinar itself, that's where you're going to get the value. And even myself, you know, I run the webinars, but I get a lot of value out of myself. So that's what I did. I went to my portfolio. I looked at my portfolio and I thought, you know what, I don't need to hold on to these. I can sell these and make cash. So that's what I did. This is it here. All right. I cashed out. I spent $2,855.40, and I sold it for 20.14 Ether, which is $9,275.96 at that point in time, for a profit of $6,422.56. So what did I sell? I'll tell you what I sold. I sold this. So now, you know, I mean, this is what I bought, right? So I bought Coburnhood, and the ICO price I bought it for was 5 cents, and I sold it for 19 cents. So I made a good little profit. I think I bought it. I think I sold it a little bit less. It shows 19 cents on here. I think I sold it for about 16 cents. And there's a fluctuation as well in the Ether as well, because these ICOs they peg it against the Ether, and as the Ether goes up, it means that your tokens become a little bit more expensive. For example, let's just say, see, I sold it at the crest here, right? So after that webinar, I thought I don't need to really hold on to these. I can flip these to Ether, right? To cash. I mean, it's Ether. And it was just peaked up here. It's only a small peak, but it peaked up here, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to sell these. So when these ICOs are pegged against the Ethereum or BTC, and then let's say, for example, one ICO says you get 0.001 ether. Well, let's just say you get, so that'll be like 1,000 tokens for 1 ether, but the price of the Ethereum will go up. So, they actually may cost you a little bit more. Like they might start at, I don't know, just say for example 5 cents, but then as the price of Ethereum goes up, they're going to keep them costing it. Like they might cost you 7 cents or 6 cents by the time the whenever you buy into the ICO. So you just have to consider that. Some ICOs give you a bonus, like as the price of Ethereum goes up, but just when you buy your ICOs, just keep a note of the time that you bought it, and then you know exactly what the exchange was at that point in time. So I think I sold these for about 16 cents. So I still made profit, guys. I made a 200% profit, not return on investment, but profit. So I made 300%, roughly 300%. Actually more than 300%. That's pretty damn good. And this was within a 3-month period. Actually, might have been 2-month period. Yeah, I can't remember. I think about 2.5 month period. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good return. But I got multiple of these going, so I've been holding on to them, and this is the thing with these webinars you do, right? Every time you do a webinar, you just take away some sort of piece of nugget or something that's going to help you in your journey. And even myself, even though I run ICO Gold Rush and I run the program and it's my course, I'm still learning something every single day. And every person that's involved in that community, they all learn from something from someone else. And this is the beauty of having a community, right? So thanks very much. 6,000 something profit. I'll take that any day. This ICO probably took me about, if by the time I evaluated it and looked at it, probably about an hour. So I basically researched it, looked into it, bought into it. This whole process probably took about an hour, and then I just waited till the ICO finished, until we got the tokens, and then it was allowed to be traded. So then I just cashed out. So simple stuff, right? It is simple. Where the rubber hits the road with these ICOs is, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't lose your money. All right, that's where the rubber hits the road. You don't want to lose money. There's going to be situations where the ICO. Well, first of all, the first situation you want to get into is you don't want to get scammed. Okay. Rule number 1: you do not want to get scammed. If you get scammed, that's it. You lose all your money. So that's the first one. Now the second one is, you always want to make money if you can. There's some ICOs which are a lot of hyped up. There's so many scenarios. There's so many things that can go right and so many things that can go wrong. You might have a good team. You might have a lot of they might have a big presence on social media. Everything's going right, and then towards the end, they don't get listed on exchanges. They're slow on getting listed on exchanges. Or they might have a really good marketing campaign, but they fail to execute in their roadmap. There's so many things that can go right and so many things that can go wrong. So you got to understand, first of all, what these things are, and then when you go into these ICOs, you know exactly what the risks are involved. But the first thing you want to do is you don't want to get scammed, right? So I recommend that if you don't want to get scammed, you just do the legit ICOs. The ICO is where the team is transparent. Everything's above board. They have advisors that are like, you know, blockchain experts that have, you know, that have worked at big organizations. They're credible people in the industry. Like you might see Roger Ver, or you might see John McPhee, or you might see, oops, sorry guys, you might see Charlie Lee, or, you know, all these figureheads that are big names in the blockchain industry. They become advisors, or they get paid a fee to be part of these ICOs. So you know that off the bat, like, these people have a reputation to uphold. They're not going to put their name to some scammy ICO. So that's the first thing. You don't want to get scammed. Then obviously, then there's a whole bunch of things that you have to go through to make sure that, you know, you have the highest probability of success, and that's not easy, right? And I'll be honest, I've even made losses on some ICOs, in the sense that when they first went to market, you know, like, they didn't do those things that they said they were going to do, but they never scammed. You know, these things happen. You could hold on to these ICOs for a while, and then later on down the track, you know, 6 months down the track, they'll implement, and then, you know, you get a return. But there was one recent ICO that I could have waited. In fact, I sold it off, and then like a couple of days later, they just announced they want to get on some exchange. But I decided to sell it, and then I got into like QuantStamp. So it just depends on how you want to roll with it. You just got to make that call. But there's a lot of things that you got to know, which are really important. And if you don't know these things, then you don't know these things, right? I get messages all the time on people that say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? You know, should I go into this? Should I go into that? And, you know, if they knew the answer to it, they wouldn't be asking me the question. Maybe they wanted them to know my thoughts. I don't know. But a lot of people message me, and I'm just like, there's no freaking way I would even touch that with my money. There's no freaking way, right? So, you know, you don't know what you don't know. These people need to be, the need for education in ICOs to do it properly, legit ways. It's such a high demand at the moment, because people are just like, they have this mindset where they'll just throw money at it with no type of analysis, no type of looking at nothing. They just like the name, or they think it's a cool idea to mine tokens on a smartphone, so they'll put money into it. Like, there's no rational thinking behind that. It's just throwing money. It's gambling. We don't gamble. We just make the best decisions based on data that we have, and we're based on many factors that, you know, are gonna make the decision favorable for us. So this one turned out good. I'm telling you about this. I'm telling you about Komenhood now, because it doesn't matter now, right? But if you were if this is like a 200% profit, so 300% return. If you were an ICO Gold Rush, you would have known about this. Many people got into Coburnhood, right? And this is the thing. When you're in ICO Gold Rush, you get to know, you know what I'm investing in, you know what other people are investing in. So it's pretty much a no-brainer, really. All you got to do is then see what other people are investing in, and then do your due diligence as we show you through the course, step by step. Okay, there's a procedure that you have to go through. We don't just throw money at stuff if we don't think it's gonna give us a return. So when you join ICO Gold Rush, I mean, you just got to put in the work. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Just put in the work. You know, you're going to see 10 people talking about the same ICO. I mean, that's a pretty good hint that, oh, maybe I should check that ICO out. And the reason why they're talking about it is because, I mean, our group is so far ahead of the game that we already know, like, what to look for in ICOs. You know what I mean? We already know what's good, what's bad. And then we get on to the webinars and we actually try to pick apart, or reasons why it's a good ICO or not, why it's not such a good ICO. So this is the whole point of the webinars. They're invaluable. So I don't know anything on the planet, anything on the internet that does that. Has that type of community like that. What we have, in the sense that you're getting a step-by-step course structure, first of all, and then you're getting a tight-knit community from all the individuals that have paid to come into that community, and then they all have the one goal, and that's to make money with ICOs. Yeah, there's other free stuff out there and communities out there, but it's just a bunch of people that are just haven't really invested in it, don't really have anything. I mean, they're just trying to figure it out by themselves, right? They don't have a community there, and this is really important, because you can bounce ideas. So I'm happy with Coburnhood. If you would have got into if you were in ICO Gold Rush, you would have seen that I put money into Coburnhood, and this one here gave me a 200% return. So you would have easily made your money back in the. I mean, this one's over now, but you would have easily made your money back if you put $1,000 in this. You would get back 3,000. I mean, you would have only paid $3.99 to get in the course, and you would have got your $50 bonus back anyway. So that's like $350 you would have invested in the course. You would have found out that Komenhood was a very good deal, and you would have put $1,000 on it. You would have made 3,000 back. So you're already ahead of the game. You already got your money back for ICO Gold Rush when we first opened the course, and you would have been in profit, and you would have been putting your profits flipping into new ICOs. So you would have already been miles ahead, and then we just keep on rolling, right? The time that we're going to stop doing this stuff is when it's not profitable. Okay, we're up to our 12th webinar. Next year is going to be a cracker. We're just going to keep on rolling, right? It's not going to stop, right? If there's money to be made in ICOs, then we're there. Okay, we're there. We're going to make it. We're going to make that. We're going to make that cheddar. Everyone there in the group is there to do one thing, and that's to profit from ICOs and help each other. Okay, that's the aim of the game. Hey, yeah, Rob. If you missed last night's webinar, don't worry. You will. You can get a replay. Okay, mate. There'll be a replay up probably today. Usually we get it up about 24 hours after the because we've got to Garth's got to render the video and then upload it to me, and then I could upload it to the server, to the web hosting, to the video hosting. So that takes, and he still works a day job. So don't worry, you'll. Last night's session was very good. I got a lot of nuggets out of that, and as soon as the webinar finished, I went straight to sell my tokens, and I pulled out nearly 7 Gs. Hang on, no, not 7 Gs, 6,000. How much did I make? Yeah. Well, I got back 9,275. That's what I pulled out, but my profit was $6,420.56. So if we look at that to USD, there you go. 8,300 and nearly 8,400 profit last night in Australian dollars, just from one webinar. You know, I decided to sell it. It's the whole point of this webinars is to really get the value out of it. That's what I got out of it. And one interesting point too, guys. I wanna make this. This is important. When you do ICOs, like E82 said, right? Don't fall in love with it, right? Just make sure that you fall in love with the process, but don't hang on to it. Like, it's hard to let go because, you know, it's like your baby. It's like, oh, you know, you're thinking about the potential profit in the future. Now, there's going to be some that are going to be special, right? Which you will hang on to. Now, I'm holding on to Power Ledger, but I've already made my, you know, I pulled out 6,000 from that, which was my seed, and I pulled out an additional 6,000. So for Power Ledger, I'm going to hold on to that because I've already got money out of it. And I'm laughing, whatever goes, it'll go up, right? I think Power Ledger is going to hit $5 next year. And I bought it for 8.8 cents. So I'm going to be laughing, right? But I've already pulled money out of it. It's like I'm already in profit. I'm just playing with house's money. So Power Ledger is like one of those ones where, you know, they don't come around too often. But these other ones too, that are not Power Ledgers, they're not big deals, right? In my opinion, they're good there for a quick flip. You have to let go of them. In my opinion, don't fall in love with them. Just, you're there to make money. Don't lose your goal. Otherwise, you're gonna have freaking, you know, 20 ICOs that you're all holding on to. For what? What's the point? You're going to have a portfolio that is just going to sit there and you're not going to be able to flip. See, it's important to flip because once you flip, you get more money to go into the next one. So you might, you know, for instance, Coburnhood, right? I made 300%, 200% profit, 300% return. Now I can take that, whatever, what is it, 6 Gs? 6.4 Gs. Now I can put that into try to get into something that's like a 10x, or even we don't even have to look into it. I mean, a 10x would be good. All right, another Power Ledger would be good, but that's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. So it might happen about 1 out of, or maybe even more, 1 out of 20, maybe. I don't know the statistics exactly. But it's like there's not going to be a Power Ledger coming out every day. But we don't need Power Ledgers coming out every day, right? All we need to do is to flip and double our money and get into the next one. Double our money and get into the next one. So when I first launched ICO Gold Rush, I did a video on flipping. And you can start off with 4 Ether. You can flip and double up every time. And you can reach 7 figures in 11 flips. So it's the old adage, right? Take $4 to $8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128 to 256 to friggin' whatever 512 to 1024. That principle of just doubling up. Now, is it hard to double up with ICOs? I don't think it's hard to double up. It's a lot easier to double up with ICOs and try to trade. But is there risks involved? Yeah, there's still risks involved. But right now, because it's such a new market, it's, you know, I've seen people get like 10x, 5x, 4x and think, oh, you know, I should get more. But really, to try to double up is that if you double up and on your profits, that is amazing. All right, that is amazing. You're going to get 5% in the bank per year. Here you are, you're doubling up. Like as in, you know, you put in $100 and you get back 200, right? You got your profit back, you double up. So then you put all your money back into the next one. Or you can diversify. But if you keep on flipping, that's the aim of the game. You can actually get money faster. And I think that's important because you can lose sight of getting involved in these ICOs and falling in love with them. And all of a sudden you've got a portfolio of 15 to 20 ICOs and it's all money that's tied up. when you could sell those off and then get into the next one and keep on flipping, flipping, flipping. So you got $1,000, you flip it into 2,000, then you go into 4,000, then 8,000. I showed a friend, right? You know, he's family, so I got to help him out. He's a good bloke, has a good heart. He's just so far behind the game, it's not funny, and he doesn't like taking risks. So I told him about an ICO, and he went into it, and he went in with 1 Ether, and he got back 4 Ether. So you can imagine, like, Ether is like 400, and I think it was like 400 at the time, about 500 Australian dollars. You can imagine he was over the freaking moon. He just made $2 grand, and I told him exactly what to do, and he was like over the moon. So for him, it's a big deal. But so now he's like right into ICOs, right? Whether I'm not going to give him access to ICO Gold Rush, even if he's family. Okay, he might get a little bit of a bonus, but a bit of a discount. But he's going to have to pay like everyone else, you know, because I want him to appreciate it. If he doesn't put money down, he won't act. He has to put the money down. Then he's going to act, right? Because he hates losing money. So I'm really happy for him. Going back to my point, which I lost train of thought when I was telling you that story. Yeah, it's the aim of the game is to flip. So he's going to be able to, you know, he started off with because he's got a lot of bills, and you know he's got a lot of responsibilities, and he honors those responsibilities. But he's new to the online kind of scene, and so for him to make 4 Ether, to put in 1 Ether to make 4 Ether back, that was a big deal. It opened up his eyes on us, and he couldn't believe how easy it was with the right information, right? So now he can take that 4 Ether and then try to flip it into 8, right? So that would be big money to him, and then try to flip that 8 into 16, then try to flip that into 32 Ether. You know, once we get to that point, you know, 32, 64, it's just have to keep on flipping. Just focus on what you need to do, and you need to research these ICOs, really do your due diligence, and really find out the 10x's. You're not going to get them all the time, but we don't need to hit home runs. We just go from base to base to base, right? And then we go from plate 1 to plate 2 to plate 3. Then we're at home run. We're already at the home base, right? That's all we need to do. But once you get your return back, you can flip it into the next one, go into the next one, go into the next one. And before you know it, like Richard last night, he's getting close to like $500 in ICO now. You know, soon he'll be at $1,000 in ICO, then 5,000 in ICO, then soon 10,000 in ICO. It doesn't take long if you just focus on the actual ICO and get the really good ones, because you can flip that very fast and then put that money into something else, and then you can all of a sudden, you know, 6 months to 12 months down the track, you know everything about ICOs. You become like, you could even teach people yourself. But then you know the whole, it's all just like automatic, right? It's just it's like riding a bike. You don't have to think about it. It's just automatic. You know exactly what to do. And then it won't take you long, 6 months or 12 months, to get to that point where you're spending 10 or 20 Ether per ICO. I'm already at the stage now where I'll go into ICOs and I'll put in 20 Ether. It's just no big deal for me. So the next thing I want to get up to is 40 Ether. So that's my goal in the next probably the next 3 to 6 months would be to try to get into ICOs with 40 Ether. So what's that? 40 times 40, that's about 16, between 16,000 to, between 16 and 20,000. That's what I'll spend on an ICO when I go into it. So then you can imagine, if you double that up or triple that up or 5x it or 10x it, now you're starting to talk some big numbers, right? So it doesn't take long, but you got to start somewhere, right? Everyone's got to start somewhere. So it's just the process. It just takes time. It's not a get rich quick. You've got the community there to support you. You've got some awesome people, very fired up, and we're all there to help each other. There's nothing like that. There's no shady business going on. It's just everyone's just out there to help each other. Yeah, so that's what I learned last night. Don't fall in love with ICO. If there's profit there, take the profit, and because you know what, there's always another one coming. Right, there'll always be another ICO, no matter what. So that's the important thing. You must take your profit. Don't try to ride this thing to the, I know there's a lot of people that want to be on the next Bitcoin or best Ethereum, the next Dash or the next IOTA or the next Neo, right? The chances of that happening are slim to none. So don't try to think that you're going to hit a home run off the bat, because you won't. Just all you need to do is to just get to first base, then get to second base. All right, you got to crawl first before you can run, and then just do that. Just take small steps every time. Keep on flipping, building your portfolio up, getting your cash flow up, get your ether up, right? And all of a sudden you look at it and you go, oh geez, I've already got 10 ether in there. Wow, I only started with 1. Then a couple of months later down the track, now you got 15, now you got 20. And 6 months, 12 months down the track, okay, now you're playing with 50 to 100 ether. Doesn't take long. You just have to stay committed to the process, do exactly the same every single time. Use a community there to bounce off, and people will give you good ideas. Like myself, I still learning every day. I picked out a really good tip last night, and I turned it into money. All right, so the next ICO now, I'm going to put all that. I'm going to roll that what I made last night, 20 ether, 20.1 ether out of that deal. I'm going to roll that into something else, and I'm going to try to double my money up again. If I can triple, fantastic. If I can 5x, even better. If I can 10x, I'll be ecstatic. But if I can just double my money, and I'm now, if I can double my money and I'm rolling with 4 ether from that deal, I've gone from $2,855 to 4 ether to 40 ether. Alright, so then 40, then try to get to 80 ether. Then try to get to 160 ether. Then 220 ether. Then 640 ether. And then 1,080 ether. Okay, so we're only talking a few flips more, okay? So that's the goal. Just get to first base, get to second base, repeat the process, really fall in love with the process, don't fall in love with the tokens, because in my opinion there's only one that you need to fall in love with, okay? And that's BTC, because that's going all the way to the moon. All right, that's where your store of wealth is. But these altcoins and these ICOs, these are like your quick flips. These are like your money makers that can get you your BTC, then you can hold your BTC. That's your real store of value, okay? That's how I'm rolling with it. BTC, Dash, Litecoin, Bcash, even though I don't like it, but still a store of value, and Ethereum. Yeah, these are the big 5. That's where I have my money. These other altcoins, I'll play with them for a while, but at the end of the day, I'll shift my funds into those big 5, and Bitcoin being the king. So I hope you got some value out of that. Again, you know, I can't stress enough. We're gonna have some more wins coming up soon. I'll let you guys know. There's a big one coming up, which I'm getting ready to cash out on, and I'll let you guys know about. That's going to be a big payday. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not going to say anything. But if it does happen, I'll tell you what it is and how much I made. So we're hoping for a good one for that one. Now the future, The future is rosy. It's like the world is your oyster, right? We have the support there. We have the course that's going to show you what to do. The course structure is there. The community is there to help you. We have the webinars weekly, so you pretty much can't fuck up. The only way that you can screw this up is if you buy the course and sit on your ass and do nothing, and you're not going to get a refund for that, okay? The refund that I have in place is if you participate and do at least invest in a few actually it's one ICO a month for 10 ICOs, I think. Yeah, which is, it's nothing. It's hard. I mean, it's like, you know, I do an average of about 3 to 5 ICOs a month. So, you know, I'm just setting the bench there just at the bare minimum. But I don't really want people anyway to come into this program to do nothing anyway. So I'd rather you not join. I'd rather not take your money, because you're going to be hard work, and I only want to deal with people that are motivated, that want to make money with ICOs, that are prepared to, you know, put in some legwork, bit of elbow grease. It's going to pay off, guys. It all pays off in the end, right? If you just put the hard work in. So it's definitely worth it. Okay. So yeah, with that said, there's nothing really else to really talk about. I'm just excited about it. Just go to Theodros. Just go to ICOGoldRush.net. Right. Go there. Scroll down, hit the buy now button. It's $1,099 to get into it, and it's a one-off fee, and you can pay Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, or Bcash, and that's it. It's a one-off fee. Next year we have we're just going to keep on rolling, do Monday night webinars. We've already done 12 Monday night webinars. We're going to be just keep on going as far as we can. I think ICOs, we've got a good 2 to 3 year window with ICOs, and I certainly, and the community in ICO Gold Rush is going to make a lot of money. Like, I'm definitely going to be making 7 figures with this, and I know some of the people in this group that are really hyperactive, they're going to make 7 figures as well. There's going to be people that are going to make, you know, 10x their investment. There's going to be people that are going to be making more than their day job, and that's fine. It just depends on your level of engagement and how much you want to participate. Okay, it's not hard. I mean, this is the easiest thing I know. It's just where the rubber hits the road is deciding which ICO. That's the deal, right? If you decide and you go into the right one, based on your research, based on everything that we show you in the course, based on the checklist, you know, you'll be in a good place. All right. It's all speculative, but we're getting pretty good at these ICOs now, having done many. We are the Whale Club, Ryan. We've got our own Whale Club. There's other Whale Clubs out there, but the ICO Gold Rush group is, you know, we've got our smart contract pooling there anyway. So we're actually just talked about this last night on the webinar. We want to, we're just waiting for a really good ICO to come along, and there's a couple, and then we all just go into that 100 ether, 150 ether, whatever, right? We become the whale. So yeah, that's definitely that's in the pooling channel of ICO Gold Rush Slack group. Okay, people just post there, and we'll just decide. We talk about these on the webinars as well. All right, so we talk about everything in the week about our ICOs, about what's happened, you know, what we should get into, what are the risks. Everyone's got different ICOs that they're going to get into for different reasons, and we discuss that. Hey Brad, how you going? So it's really important to have this every week, because I think that's where the industry is lacking. It's lacking that communication. Because things in ICO, like in the ICO land, it happens so quick. You can miss out on stuff. You can get into deals so quick, and you can be in and out of deals so quick. Right, Tommy last night he made a profit. Right, Tommy last night made a profit on an ICO. He doubled his money on an ICO, which tanked. Right, so all the people that bought into the ICO lost money, and he bought into it lower than the ICO price, and he doubled his money. All right, it's absolutely nuts. So all the people actually lost out in the ICO, and here he is making money. All right, so he discussed that about last night about what he did. So it's crazy. It's moving so fast. It's if you wait 3 to 6 months, you're going to be so far behind the game. Right, and there is new information coming out all the time. So we're looking forward to getting into these big ICOs. We've already got into some big ones, but 2018, we don't even know what's coming. We see nothing. Like, we haven't seen shit yet, right? Ennis, yeah, man. Ennis, I took your advice, man. On that webinar last night, took your advice and I cashed out 9 grand. And I made a profit of 6,400. So appreciate it, man. Like, you know, sitting on that, I mean, there's no point, right? Exactly what you said. It's just money sitting there, right? So I cashed out. Boom. So thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. See, so this is it. You're learning from someone. You learn something new all the time. But you need to have that, you know, you need to talk to other people about what they're doing. Because you're going to get, like, if you try to do this by yourself, yeah, you can do it by yourself. But why not have 10 or 20 people all talking about the same thing than just yourself? 10 or 20 minds is better than one, right? That's why they have masterminds. You know, people mastermind because then they can talk about different angles and things, and potentially things that could go wrong or could go right, things that you missed. That's why masterminds, that's why millionaires and billionaires have masterminds, right? Because it's multiple minds all collaborating for the same goal. You're going to miss it because you only have one way of thinking, or you might only have one view on it. But you have multiple minds all contributing, you're going to see a different angle. So this is why webinars are so important. And this is all free as a part of ICO Gold Rush. We just keep rolling them out. Every week we learn something new. It's just a one-off fee, man. You know, in my opinion, it's chicken feed. Absolutely chicken feed. So thanks, Enos. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm very excited, and we'll wait for the next payout, Enos. It's coming. Tommy, got you, boy. And we'll keep rolling, man. So it's all happening, and we'll see you guys. Yeah, I guess tomorrow. I'm not sure, Rob. I just sold it. Not sure, Rob. I sold mine, mate. Sun mining contracts. I'm not sure. I saw a little bit about Sun mining contracts, but I don't really know much about the company, so I just avoid it. Just avoid it. I mean, if I don't know much about a company or I don't know who's behind it, I just avoid it. All right. So you gotta get into these ICOs or whatever mining contracts or whatever you're doing. If you can't verify the owners, then long term, I mean, I don't know, it's pretty sketchy, right? Unless you got, you know, unless you're gonna throw $200 or $300 at it and just take a gamble. But long term, I mean, you got to know who's behind it. That's why Genesis Mining, you know, I'm at $350 a day at Genesis Mining now. I know that these guys are rock solid, right? They're not going anywhere. So I gladly, once BTC contracts open back up, I want to throw the freaking house at it because I want to get up to $1,000 a day. But I know Genesis are good, right? So I want to know who I'm investing my money into. Sun Mining, it just looks really dodgy, man. It's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know who's behind it. I try to do some research on it. Maybe it's a different Sun Mining you're talking about, but the one I looked at anyway. So yeah, Jeremy, I don't know. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. I could be wrong. I just go with my gut. So yeah, Genesis Mining, they got everything's down. There's no BTC, there's no Ethereum, there's no Dash, there's no Litecoin. There's only Monero. Monero sucks. So, you know, I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't invest in Monero. It's not that profitable. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on BTC. Ethereum was sold out. That was the next when BTC sold out. You know. Then the next best thing was Ethereum, even though that was only a 2-year contract. That sold out. There's nothing left. They're just picking up the bones. Yeah. Yeah, I just sold my cob. Yeah. That was before that was before you got into ICO Gold Rush, Rob. So if you got into ICO Gold Rush first, you would have known about Coburnhood. You could have bought into that. But yeah, that would have been after. I mean, unless you knew about it prior. But yeah, if you joined in the beginning, you would know about Komenhood. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, always learning, man. Exactly. Just got to get that longer rod, right? Get that beach rod. I don't know. You probably got it in the States too, but in Australia they got these beach rods, and these things are freaking like 10 feet long, maybe even longer, and they call them surf rods. All right, and these things are long, man. They're friggin' long. I reckon they're over 10 feet. But anyway, what they do is they use them to cast over the waves, and then you can because obviously you know you're fishing in the surf. And I mean, you're probably familiar with it. I mean, Australia wouldn't be the only country. And then you can cast over the waves, and you can get right out there, right? And they're called surf rods. Surf rods. We call them surf rods in Australia. Yeah, they're friggin' massive looking things. Yeah, this guy's got one. See, this thing's 20 foot long, right? And you can cast over the waves to get right out there where the fish are, right? That's what you got, bro. You got one of those surf rods, man. You're like throwing it right out there to get those fish. Going fishing. So with that said, guys, appreciate everyone. Thanks for tuning in today, and it's been a good session. Had a good time. Brian says Kobe was good. Yeah, definitely was. Definitely was good. Sorry, guys, no Litecoin today. I probably should. I got an extra 9 grand. But I mean, I'm sitting on I'm still sitting on Power Ledger. I'm not gonna sell that. I'm already in profit. So there are a few other things I might sell off, but I'll let you know. Again, you know, I don't fall in love with them, but yeah, I'll pick my time with those, and I'll let you know. Okay. So that's the beauty of it. You know, you get to choose. So you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Take care.